Welcome, Virgo. This is your monthly focus for February 2023. Now, we're going to dive right into it in the astrology first, then we'll go to the tarot, and finally end with an oracle card. So, the first thing that is happening for you is on February the 5th, we'll have the full moon in Leo at 16 degrees. Now, for you, this is your 12th house. So, collectively it's about building joy and laughter, and what is preventing us from that, or have we been taking it to the extreme and we need to get serious and down to business? Okay, so for each of us it's a little bit different, but what does that look like for you? Because I see more endings than beginnings here under this full moon for you. Maybe you are not allowing things to be in your life, present in your life anymore, so that you can fill those hours, those minutes, with those days, those years with happiness, with joy, with laughter, romance. Okay? Paramount that you use your own creativity within it. Okay? Make it yours. On the 11th, Mercury moves into Aquarius. For all of us, that really is that we can view things with a more logical approach, more logical thought process. So it balances out the emotion a little bit in what we're doing. Mercury, we're talking, and Mercury for you, pardon me, health, well-being. We could even be joining like fitness programs, gyms, yoga, or we might be working things out of our schedule more so because it is a full moon, so that we can step into those experiences if we choose. Or maybe it's a group that goes walking or running or biking or mountain climbing or hang gliding, whatever it may be for you. Okay, playing volleyball on the beach. Really, it's about your health, it's about your well-being, it's about your fitness, it's about how you take care of yourself. And I think people have a lot to do with this. So you may be taking a class, you may be expanding your knowledge in some way. Okay, or this could have something to do with your job or your mundane routine. And what's not working for you, what's not allowing you to feel as strong as you need to feel. And it's a lot about our thoughts, talking, communicating, reading, learning. The sun will enter Pisces on the 18th, and then on the 20th we have the new moon in Pisces. For you, that is a beautiful time to date. Pardon me. Grow a relationship, step into a new relationship. Now, be careful if you just step into a new relationship, because Venus is in Aries, right? So we're all going to only see what we want to see. Our Venus is moving into Aries for the month. It's in Pisces, which really, really pulls the wool over our eyes. Once Venus moves into Aries, we want the adventure, we want the excitement, we want new beginnings, we want to feel alive, we want to reinvent the relationships we're in and make them stronger and everlasting. But I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Sun in Pisces, moon in Pisces. For you, that's relationships, that's love, that's enlightenment, that's spirituality. So, and it's new approaches, new things to do, new things to involve yourself in. Now, a couple of things. I know there's only 28 days in February, so it's a shorter month, but time will really go by fast. The only thing that is retrograde really is the North Node, and that's really a point in the sky. Everything else is forward moving for the whole month. So that means we're moving forward. That means we are doing a lot of things, a lot of action. And it also means that time just whizzes right by. And we look back and we go, what happened to that month? Now, the only thing that's retrograde is the North Node. And so for you, you're looking at the adventures you've had, the experiences you've had, the growth you've had, the knowledge you've taken in, and see if if it keeps you on the path that you want to be on, moves you into a different path, holds you back from going forward in some way. Okay, so it's a re-examination of those things. Your travel, your adventure, your opportunities that you've been stepping into, and a lot about your learning, the growth of your knowledge, your sage wisdom. And you're kind of looking back on all of that right now, okay? So I can't see really for most of you that the trip is really something that you want to do. Rather, it's to, it's in comparison to something that you've done before. So you might have hated the last place, so you're going to go this place now. But for most of you, I can't see the big travel actually being there, because the North Node is pulling you back to make you think about your past experiences. What did you learn? How did you grow? What challenges did you meet? Okay, let's go to the cards. Okay, we'll get our shadow card, and what is pushing the shadow card, and for you it is Temperance, having more by having less. So what is clutter? What don't you need? What has no use or value in your life anymore? Okay, it's time to rid yourself of that during the month of February, to let it go, to donate it, to recycle it, to just move it out of the way. Okay, having more by having less. Also, this is kind of, it's the blacksmith is attached to the 14 energy. So the blacksmith takes that piece of metal and waits till that flame gets a certain heat, temperature, and then when it's the right temperature, and they can tell that by the color of the flames, they want the purples, they want the baby blues. And when that happens, they get that iron good and hot, and then they start with their hammer right on the anvil and twisting it and forming it into what they can see in their mind it will become eventually. And that's kind of what we need to do under a 14 energy. We need to mold ourselves. We need to strengthen ourselves. We need to temper ourselves. So for the month of February, take some time out, take some time and pull back a little bit and think about how you are growing stronger, more capable. Okay? Now, the energy that's pushing that is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is coming up for everybody. I mean, it's just not a month for great decisions in our life. Next month, we'll have all kinds of energy. We'll have Saturn moving signs. We'll have Pluto moving signs for 3 months and then popping back into Capricorn again. But I think it's there for like 13 years. And then, so we're just kind of getting a preview snapshot of how the energy will be changing. And then we'll be there for over a decade. So in Aquarius. So you may even feel the rumblings of there's some kind of change happening. So I'm here to tell you to just relax for the month of February. It's probably not going to be in the month of February. You want to position yourself. You want to strengthen yourself. You want to make yourself ready for the new beginnings, the new starts, the new adventures. Okay, so the Seven of Cups is really, don't move too quickly on anything. Don't make any snap decisions. We don't want snap decisions at all. Okay, we have to ponder. We have to look at those cups. The biggest and shiniest might not hold the best for us. So we have to really analyze our and project our steps and see, does that end up at my best life ever, or does that take me way off course? And what do I need with that same idea to keep myself on course? Because those are the things you want to bring into your life during the month of February. Okay, we'll leave those cards aside. And our first card is the Two of Cups. Once again, it's beautiful for relationships. Making new friends, best friends, lovers, joining families, getting involved in the community and meeting new people. This could be a start of something new, okay? It could be a passion of yours, then you're going to need the support of another. But more than likely, it being the first card, there is new people coming into your life that is going to bring so much value to who you are and what you do and where you're going in life. Okay. Our second card is the Two of Swords. There are some decisions to be made, and you're going to find them within. You're not going to find them out there in the world. I mean, we can ask people what they think, but we don't, carve that into stone as they're talking. We take it into consideration, but does it feel right for us? We need to look inside of ourselves. We need to reconnect with ourselves, and go within. Maybe patch up an old wound first in order for us to really make that decision with clarity and knowledge. Okay, we're blindfolded here. It's definitely a decision that has to be made on the inside. Do I think you're going to be making some decisions? I'm thinking probably not with the way the stars are aligned for the month of February, but that doesn't mean we're not going to make decisions. But I think the best way to utilize the month of February is to really go within and reconnect with yourself, and understand why this decision has to be made. Why does it need to be made by you? And what is your decision? And maybe you're holding off because with the water the way it is, there could be a lot of emotion or tension or chaos surrounding this decision. So maybe you'll be, the unlucky one that has to go against what everybody else is saying. Oh my goodness. Let me get a drink of water. That sounded horrible, but I don't have a cold or anything. It's just a froggy hanging out here. Okay, my apologies. Okay, let's find out what our third card is here. The Knight of Wands, but you know what? When I went to pick it up, the Two of Pentacles tried to come with it. So somehow these cards go in combination with each other. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles, we're standing on top of this hill, and we're looking down into the bay, and there's two ships approaching, a ship on each side. They look relatively the same. And in our hands, we're holding these two pentacles. Now, the thing that I like about these pentacles is they're white, and they're kind of shiny. So they're brand new, sparkling beginnings for you. Okay, now we have to choose. Okay, we have a pentacle on each side, a ship on each side. This is where no decision is a decision is not necessarily true. Kind of, but not. Okay, so we have to think about what we want to go forward with, and think hard about it. And I think the most important part of this card is when those ships get ready to sail, we need to be on one of them. Otherwise, we're still going to be standing on that hilltop with a pentacle in each hand, and the opportunities are going to sail away. So now we got the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands says you've reached a certain point. And we'll find out a little bit more about where that point is for you maybe when we look at the rest of the cards. But it's time to just dismount. Stop your travels. Be thankful for what you have gone through, because it has turned you into the person you are today. And ask for love and patience and perseverance and protection as you go forward. Hints and clues and things to appear as you need them. So in one part of it, we're saying thank you for what we do have in our lives. But the other part is looking forward and saying, please protect me as I walk on this path. Tell me if I'm doing something wrong, for goodness sakes. Okay, work and career. Work and career. Oh, we got the Fool for work and career. You know what? I didn't say it, but Mars is actually in your work and career. And Mars is just starting to get some steam, right? Just starting to get moving again, because it was in retrograde, and it takes time for the planet to build back up to the fast motion it had. So through the month of February, Mars is going. Now, Mars does not leave your sign or leave the 10th house, leave your growth of finances, your career, your obligations, your responsibility. and how to make that all work for you in a beautiful way. Work and career, you could be looking for a new job, absolutely. Or it's something new within the workforce. And Mars is like, you're going to see the challenge and you're going to want to go for it. You're going to be racing towards that deadline. You are going to aspire to new opportunities in February. So maybe you start perusing the want ads. Do we still do a newspaper, or is it all online now? I don't know. But, we do have the Fool here. The Fool says it's a brand new adventure waiting for you. It's coming up. And this is work, this is career. So is there a promotion you want to go for? Is there something that fills you with passion that you do, but it doesn't necessarily is in your job title? Can you create a job for yourself? Can you go into business for yourself? Can you find employment that actually utilizes your talents and ability? Remember that one of the key things for us through the month of February is to really, it's coming to the understanding that it's absolutely okay for you to feel what's in your heart. And it's time for you to bring that out into the world. Okay, and that really comes in when we get that full moon in Leo. It's our self-expression. It's our individuality and shining like a bright light. So new beginnings, new starts. This could be a supplement to what you already do. Like, you hired yourself for the second job, and it's going to take maybe 15 hours a week out of your time, and it's going to create a little bit more of an income so that you can bring in abundance. Speaking of abundance, that's your eighth house. Jupiter's in your eighth house of the, it's the expansion of the truth, and the truth will set you free, is what I heard. The truth, allows you to know with certainty that you're making the right decisions, that you're making the right choices, that you're handling the challenge the best way possible. And Venus is in there too. So, anyways, the Four of Pentacles for love relationships. There is something that's holding you back within each and every kind of relationship that you are having right now, and that's a sense that you don't want to let go. Now, what does that mean to you? Are you trying to keep a relationship alive that just has no spark anymore, or is detrimental to your path, your well-being? Are you, maybe under somebody's wing at work, and they're your mentor, and they help you, and maybe it's time to grow past that mentor to a new mentor, or go out on your own and search and take that theory and put it into practical use, and you're holding on to that mentor so that you don't have to take the next big giant step. We're holding on. Maybe we had somebody pass in our life, and we're just holding on to that sadness, that grief, and it's not allowing us to feel any sort of happiness or joy. And if that's the case, okay, I can tell you, cross my heart, hope to die, I can tell you with complete certainty that they are right next to you, and they don't want to see you sad. They want to see you living, enjoying life, smiling, laughter. They want to hear your laughter. That's what they come back for, but they will stand beside you. You might even feel a hug every so often, or a sign that they're there. And talk to them. Maybe you can't hear them, but they can hear you. And as you talk to them, say, I can't hear you. You have to speak louder. And it takes a lot of energy and strength for them to actually communicate with us, so it might not be possible. But know that they're beside you, and know that they'll try to get their message through to you. So tell them they can hear you, okay? So what are you holding on to that is preventing you from really going forward into love, compassion, desire, sensuality, romance? What's holding you back from those things? I don't care if you've been in the relationship 45 years. There's always room for a romantic night, a romantic afternoon, a romantic morning, whatever, a romantic getaway. Although I don't think you're doing much traveling for the month of February. Maybe it's a short getaway. So what are you holding on to? What are you not willing to let go of? Maybe it's a pride thing. Maybe you got angry with a dear friend. And you don't want to say I'm sorry because they were in the wrong too. Or maybe they were completely in the wrong, so you don't want to do that. And so you hold this, and it's like, if you can imagine your heart as this big, beautiful, fluffy pillow, and you put a rock in it. Doesn't matter how much fluff is there, you got that rock in there, and you need to dissolve that rock. Okay. Spirituality. How should we use our spirituality? Well, it's really reconnecting, going within and reconnecting with yourself. Maybe patch up some old wounds. Absolutely. Since I just said this, this is about really understanding what makes you happy, brings you joy, makes you smile, feel love, give love. And it's all heart center. A lot of this, actually, this reading is heart center. So the more that you can utilize February into just sitting and going within and reconnecting with yourself, the more you will learn about yourself, the more you will understand about yourself, the more you will be inclined to bring the things that make you happy, bring you joy, bring you love, bring them closer into your life, embrace them into your life. And that's when you feel the freedom. That's when you feel the liberation. That's when you really have that peace of mind. And there's a confidence about you. You feel balanced. You feel grounded. So go within for the month of February. Reconnect. And I'm telling a lot of signs that, actually. It seems to be something with our spirituality that this is the month to really pull it back a little bit. And heal and dream. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords for health and well-being. So it's about protecting yourself. It's about staying safe. So we're not taking risks on ourselves. This is probably not a month then to go mountain climbing, especially if you don't have the right gear. Okay, we want to feel good, and we want to have physical energy in our life so that we're healthy, we're fit. And this is protecting yourself. Okay, this is making sure that you're making wise choices about what you're doing. This is protecting yourself if somebody tries to harm you. If somebody's trying, and there's somebody out there that's actually, you're going through this, because I can feel your energy right now as I do this. It's about protecting yourself. Nobody's allowed. I was working this function. I know I retired, but I was working this function, and I had to address, there was an audience. I was kind of, anyways, there was a little boy there, and he had, I believe, Down syndrome. And Mom said, you can't do that because he doesn't like to be touched. And I said, okay, well, we'll need to work on something here because I have to have this done. But I'll give you some time to think about it too. And so she called me over a little later, and she had his sweatshirt off, and she says, here. So we did. And she's explaining to me that he doesn't like to be touched. And he's kind of like, no, I don't. And I said, well, absolutely not. Nobody has the right to touch you unless you say it's okay. Of course you don't like to be touched, and people shouldn't touch you. You're right. And Mom just took this big deep breath. She was so relieved to hear somebody actually say that. Because she's probably told on a regular basis, well, he's going to have to get used to being touched because everybody touches. And I'm saying, no, you don't want to be touched. That's your body. That's your person. That's your aura. That's your field around you. And nobody has the right to enter that, and definitely not harm in any way. But just not doing things that you don't feel comfortable with. And voicing it and putting that space. It's about protection here for yourself. Okay, so look at your health, your well-being, and where are you not protecting yourself? Are you, smoking and drinking a lot, or are you burning the candle at both ends way too much? That's not protecting yourself. You have to tell people, no, I can't do that. I need to sleep. Early morning. Night all. Okay, let's get Now I have a new book, or a new I have a new book that came with the new deck. Nature's Whispers guidebook. So if you're looking for it, there we go. Get all my nails out of the way, and I got these. I go by the backs of the deck just as much as I do the deck itself. And sometimes especially if you're buying online or something, they show you the back of the deck in one card. Like, yeah, I really got a good overview on this deck. Do I want to use it? But look at this, huh? Look at the brightness, the butterflies. I mean, there has to be nothing but good intention put into this deck if they're using that kind of color scheme. Anyways, let's find out what our card is. And our card is show your support. Show your support. Now, what do we got here? We got the beautiful doves looking on to what you're doing. It's almost like there's a fairy or an angel coming in your presence, bringing you a white rose. Off to the one side, there's a small creek, perhaps, and somebody in a rowboat. That's just beautiful. Anyways, and the energy is a 40 energy. So 4 is about getting your ducks in a row. 4 is about building your foundation, allowing yourself to feel grounded. Show your support. So let's get the book and see what so just meditate on that card. Hopefully you'll be able to pick up something that brings in meaning to you. Take time to encourage a colleague, a coworker, family member, or friend. Be a strong shoulder or a willing volunteer to run errands. Provide a safe space for another's concerns and feelings to be discussed, and be a good listener. Jump in on providing extra time. Sponsor somebody else's work. Share in someone's success. All of nature continually shows us the value in creating a strong network. The trees provide shelter and support for many different inhabitants. We are a community, and when we support each other, everyone gains. So, being a part of the community, I would see in the broadest sense, I think it would be more in your health, your well-being. To have the group experiences around there, whether you're teaching or being a part of something. I think that holds very strongly for the month of February for you. So show your support. New beginnings. White roses usually means new beginnings. New adventures, new love, new perceptions, new thoughts. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.